when our students go into their assignments, when they're clicking in and they're trying to see, okay, what do I need to do to make sure I've done everything? We want to give them the sense of when they log off at the end of the day, they know that they have not missed anything, or they don't feel that they need to send you an email because they're unsure of whether or not they completed all that was expected of them. So one way to do that is to provide students a clear template, I guess, for how they are going to complete their assignments. And we can do that by breaking down our material into modules. So your module, just putting it in bite-sized chunks for them. It can be based on however you choose to delineate your course. So if you have your course broken down by chapter, or if you have it broken down by week or by unit, or if you're focusing on 1 month, this month we're doing these things. However you choose to break down your course, give it to your students in the same way. Especially if on your course syllabus. Would you mind pulling up your syllabus? Okay. Okay, so just click down there. And do you have a course? Click enable editing just to get it. Oh, do the ask me later. You're gonna get a kick out of this when you're watching the video later. Like, what are you guys talking about? Okay, so click on enable editing just to get it to look normal. Okay, and scroll down. Do you have a section that's like a course calendar where you have things broken down by week, or most usually have it at the end of the syllabus? There we go. Now, you spent so much time breaking it down week by week. Give it to your students the same way. You did that because you wanted them to see each week, this is what we are going to do. Present the information in the same way. Okay, so for example, when my students click on week 1, they know these are their daily activities. They're going to click on week 1. Come on now. Okay, it's working for us. Okay, so when they click on week 1, it starts out with the learning objectives for that week. What will you, the student, be able to do by the end of the week? So we give them that just to give them an idea of what our expectation of them is. I'll show you how to set it up this way. But this way, the student gets their information 1 page at a time. So we're going to click on the next arrow. And then you get an assignment calendar. So I show the students, just like you have right there, you have it broken down, okay? You may want to have it listed as reading topic. You may want to have it listed as lab exercises. However you choose to break it down, we can work that out and have it up there that way. But they get the assignment. This is the activity that they're going to complete. This is the date by which it is due. I even tell them the format so they know, okay, do they need to do a discussion board for that, or do they need to go to the external homework website like we have for our course? And then I also show them to which student learning outcome for the course it aligns. Malcolm Knowles talks about, he was big on andragogy. Adult learners want to know why they are doing what they're doing. We don't like busy work. We have lives, we're trying to figure it out. And you had a purpose for the activities that you created. So tell your students, by aligning it with your student learning outcomes for the course, why are they doing this particular activity? Why are my students doing a reflection on Moorish Spain? Well, that aligns to our second student learning outcome regarding learning the culture, specifically Afro-Hispanic cultures. And so they see, oh, okay, she has us doing this because it's going to help us address that particular student learning outcome. And it's as simple as making a chart, just aligning it. You already have your chart. You can just toss next to it, okay, which student learning outcomes that addresses.
Right next to it.
Right next to it.
Okay.
And what I usually do is, you'll notice, I'm going to scoot over here to course content. This part right here, I took that directly from the course calendar that's at the end of my syllabus. This is what's at the end of my syllabus. All I did was cut out the piece for that particular week.
So that's what you said.
That's all it is. No extra work.
Given what you got on that.
Mm-hmm. So they're seeing it in multiple places, but it's reminding them, okay, this is why we're doing what we're doing. This is when it's due. So when my students go in, they know they only need to go to one place for week 1. They know exactly what is due, when it is due. And when they finish clicking through all 6 of these pages, they can log off, go to bed, and not stress about, did I miss something?
Okay, so those all pages are the same thing. Okay, good.
So this is where it gets into their actual assignment. So I told them they had stuff due by whatever time. This is the class activity. So this is the lecture, basically. They're going to click on this, watch a video of me teaching them vocabulary. It's one of those, okay, listen and repeat kind of things. And then you remember I showed you that homework website? They're going to do these specific assignments on that homework website. They're going to go to the next page. They're going to do the same thing. Here I have an assignment embedded in there so they can do the assignment. They're going to click on this and complete a fill-in-the-blank worksheet while they're watching this video. Once they finish completing the fill-in-the-blank worksheet, they're just going to upload it right there. When they press submit, I automatically get it and I can grade it, and the grade goes in their grade book. Yeah. Okay. And then this is where they have their discussion board. They're going to click on this to watch a video. And then this is their assignment. It tells them that they have to consider, these different issues regarding when the Moors ruled Spain. And they can click on this link to complete their discussion board.
And when they do that, and they write back to you, I guess describe whatever they saw in the video. You have to read all that and then you grade it.
Exactly. So the way that I have them describe what they do, what they saw in the video, is they're going to record a video post. So like I had them do with the introduction to prove that they know how to use the video. Instead of them writing a response, they have to record a video for 2 minutes describing their impressions of what they learned in the video, highlighting specific information. And so they post that. After they post it, they are required to watch 2 of the video responses of their classmates and provide critical written feedback. Not just, oh yeah, your video was great, but to provide feedback. Wow, I loved how you addressed, such and such, how you address the architecture and how that remains in Spain. I had never considered that before. You opened my eyes to. And so one of the things that I did not expect, but I was excited to see, was that students took it upon themselves to encourage one another, to challenge each other's opinions, but doing it respectfully. And then they also addressed how the opinions of their classmates opened their eyes to issues they had not considered before. And so, I just kept it and ran with it. It was great. So this is another thing that I started doing, is my follow-up Friday. Some do like a weekend wrap-up or whatever. But it's an opportunity for me as the instructor. I'm going to tell you about all that. But there's an opportunity for me as an instructor to just do an end of the week recap kind of thing. So it was a video that was like, what did I say? Something like, okay, well, the week is coming to a close. You all have learned, how to express likes and dislikes. You had a quiz that was due, or a quiz that's going to be due in 2 days. So make sure you take care of that. And it's also a video that I used to tell them what I saw, what I liked, and then areas that I felt needed improvement. So it's a way for me to give them feedback as a class, but then for them to also see that, yes, I am paying attention to what you all are doing. This isn't just a class that's running by itself.
Yeah, to pay attention to what they're doing doesn't require a lot of time.
Exactly.
From your part.
And the thing about it is, it requires the amount of time that you, the instructor, choose to put into it. So I didn't have to use a discussion board. Or instead of having them post a video, I could have had them do written responses, and I would have had to sit and read. What I like about having them do video responses is I can listen to their video response while I'm cooking dinner. Or I can listen to their video response, have my headphones in and just laying back and listen to it, you know? And so as an instructor, I can make note of things that they're saying. So if they were completely off base, an example I like to give is when we're studying the days of the week or the month of the year in Spanish. And we're usually using this verb called estar, which when you change the verb form, you have to put accent marks on it. And so often students will forget the accent marks, or they'll write the days of the week or the months of the year incorrectly. And so on one of my flashback videos that I created for them, I had mentioned you all did, you know, a wonderful job. The majority of you turned in your work on time. If you're not getting your work in on time, make sure you stay on top of that, because it does affect your grade. From this week's grammar lesson, I noticed that a majority of you, when you conjugated the verb estar, neglected to add the accent marks. Be sure that you put the accent marks on the word, because it changes the meaning of the word without it. So pay attention to that. Now also, when writing the days of the week and the months of the year in Spanish, remember that they are always lowercase. We do not write days of the week and the months of the year with capital letters. And so instead of having to send individual emails or every single one of the assignments where students did that, I don't have to take the time to put, the same thing every time. I can just post an end of the week video, letting them know, okay, these are things that I saw. You guys did a great job of that. I was always offering that positive encouragement, but then highlighting areas that need improvement.
I can see that video being really, really neat. Since I don't know how to do video.
I'll show you.
Okay, but okay, because I've been basically just going to the grade center, and click on the names, and then click at the top and see all the names, and just send a message to all of them at the same time. It's not what they've been doing that way.
Okay.
But the video thing would be really nice.
And then they love the presence. They love knowing that you're a human being, that they're interacting with a person and they're not interacting with the screen.
I know you're right.
So we can work on that, definitely. Okay. But like I said, I like having it set up in a modular format, because when the student is working, they are only focusing on one thing at a time. They don't have to worry about even just the mental fatigue that comes from seeing a list of everything. It's like creating a to-do list. Having those short lists, it feels great being able to accomplish and check things off. But when your to-do list starts running into 3 or 4 pages, you don't even want to get started.
Yeah.
And so we want to break down the same information, but putting it into those manageable chunks for the students.
So you're saying everything in a folder? You're saying when you say module, you mean everything is in a folder?
It's like a folder. It's like a folder. Now, there's a feature on Blackboard. I'll show you how to do that.